everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Nippy day. So far, 49 and a high today of 68.
Did you say it was nippy out?
Nippy.
It is, yes,
Yeah,
very nippy.
Tomorrow, Friday, 72, beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Mid-September, 14th of the month already. Can you believe it? It's flying by.
No, I can't. I mean, we are at week 4 of high school football. It's unbelievable. It goes quicker every year. So let's go outside and see what it looks like right now on our hometown heating, cooling, and more Skycam. Tina.
Hi, it's Tina at Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More. If you're looking for something fun and unique to do with the family this weekend, head out to the Hispanic Heritage Festival.
That's a great idea, and I think, of course, you and I will both be at the Hispanic Heritage Festival. Jacob and Leticia will join us later in the show to talk about it. Beautiful day, facing south, that's southwest, directly
That's
southwest, right towards South Bend, Indiana.
Today, the Green Market at Henry Ford Jackson Hospital. A great time to visit because there's zucchini, tomatoes, corn, and so much more.
I don't know if I like zucchini.
Onions are a big agricultural product of Jackson County.
I love onions.
They grow a lot of onions between Munith and Stockbridge. It's could be, I would say it's Michigan's onion capital.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
The auto show getting underway this weekend in Detroit. Brilliant move. I don't know why it took them decades to do that, to move it from January in Detroit to September. It's unbelievable that it took them that long to.
I mean, if you think about it, it's the dumbest thing in the history of the world that you would have the auto show in Detroit in the middle of winter.
It is.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's in fall. I wonder what the turnout will be. If it'll be higher or if it always sells out, I don't know.
It's huge. Every hotel room in Detroit is booked, and if you could find one, you'll be paying around $500 a night for a Detroit hotel room.
That doesn't seem fair.
Can you believe it? The timing, though, it's good for the auto show. It's good. The weather, everything's perfect. But the bad timing when the UAW is threatening to strike at midnight.
Today.
Yes. Yep. This would disrupt the economy potentially for weeks or more, including Jackson. We would be definitely affected. In fact, according to Cranes, a work stoppage at GM, Ford, and Stellantis would result in an economic loss of more than $5 billion after 10 days.
It's crazy.
It is. And when you think that if you gave every one of the 150,000 United Auto Workers a raise of $25,000, that's less than their 10-day losses.
For the entire economy. But I don't think they're as concerned about us.
For the three automakers.
They'll lose that?
Yeah,
or
they'll
the
lose that. Yeah, those three companies will lose. But they're making billions and billions. And this morning, the Teamsters said, we're not delivering the, if UAW goes on strike, Teamsters will not deliver the cars to the dealers. And there are 1,100 UAW workers, I don't know why, but they are at Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they're on strike.
Really?
Yesterday, they went on strike, 1,100 Blue Cross. So good luck getting your claims.
Oh my God.
And
So there's how many total UAW workers do we have?
150,000.
140 to 150,000. It's a huge impact. Yeah, it's huge.
now, if I was a UAW worker at Blue Cross, I would, as 95% of the union at Blue Cross did, 95% said, yeah, we're striking. Yesterday, Cranes published their list of the highest paid nonprofit leaders in the state of Michigan. Guess
love
who's
it.
number one?
Whoever's in charge of Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Daniel Lope, president of Blue Cross Blue Shield.
What's he get?
His compensation last year,
Wait, they're a nonprofit?
nonprofit, they're a nonprofit.
What?
His compensation last year was over $15 million. He leads he leads Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan.
I didn't know it
Makes
was a nonprofit.
15. I think they should lose their nonprofit status.
Probably.
I mean, you give the guy that runs the place $15 million. Give me a break.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like why not 10?
Well, why not one?
Why not 500,000.
Yeah, 500,000. That's about right for.
Think about that. If you get that job, you really want to work in charity and nonprofits your whole life to give all this money back and do the right thing. How could you collect 15 mil a year?
How do you justify, charging people outrageous sums for health insurance? Oh, and here's the other thing the UAW workers at Blue Cross Blue Shield want. They want better health insurance.
Boy.
They don't even give their own people first-class health insurance at Blue Cross Blue Shield.
More to come on this developing story as surely it will impact the
Daniel-
state and the economy.
Daniel Lope, if you're watching, get real.
Where does he live?
I don't know. We don't know.
Probably not even
Let's
in
find out. Maybe he
Oh,
doesn't
I
live
mean,
in Michigan.
I don't know. Let's stick in Detroit. We had a little standoff at the Tiger game last night. Did
Oh.
you see that?
No, I missed that.
Oh yeah, we had a little national anthem standoff. You see these from time to time. After the national anthem was over, Tigers outfielder Akil Baddoo and Cincinnati Reds reliever Derek Law, they never budged from their spots where they stood during the national anthem. Little standoff, who's going to go back to the dugout first?
Oh.
And the umpire was about 2 seconds away from ejecting both of them. And the Reds
What is it,
won.
a sign
The
of
Reds won the standoff. So congratulations.
Is it a sign of weakness to go back to the dugout
It's just good fun.
first?
It's just good fun. So that's fun.
Here's some good news on the housing front. On at the City Council meeting on Tuesday night, Council approved a developer's plan to build some apartments on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive near downtown. They're going to build 6 buildings that are 4 units each, 24 total units, $800 to $1,000 a month. And the developers are local, Paula Autry.
That's great.
Former president at Henry Ford Jackson Hospital. Paula and her husband Jonathan are Grass Lake residents, and they, after Paula left Henry Ford, they decided we're staying. We love this area. I saw Paula last night.
Really?
She's a big supporter of the Lost Railway Museum.
Nice.
She's doing a lot of consulting, hospital healthcare
Very nice.
consulting. So they're doing well, and they're investing in Jackson. So thanks to the Autry's for that.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the Lost Rail. You were at this.
I was there.
It's
Yeah,
a fine
Paula-
ribbon cutting.
The Autry's were there. Ribbon cutting for a new exhibit at the Lost Railway Museum. It's a horse car. You know, they've got rail cars. Now this is their first horse car. And it is an actual horse car. Beautiful spread by
Who did
Frank's ShopRite.
I was going to say, who did that spread? Could we go back
Yeah.
to that spread shot, guys?
I was surprised.
May I
Frank's-
highly recommend anyone who does anything? The candy is awesome.
It was awesome. Everybody raved over this. Frank's ShopRite, nice job. Yep, laid out right on the tablecloth. This is the Boland. Is this the Boland
No.
Express? No, that's not the Boland.
That's not the Boland. I'm very familiar with the Boland.
Yeah, so the horse car number 43
Hello,
was
my name is Bart. Did you just wander in off the street?
Barney Rudolph was the, Steve Rudolph was the MC. There's Jim Stormont, 2 incredible volunteers and board members of the LRM. And that gentleman there with the, what do you call that, Tam O'Shanter? What's that hat? It's
A beret.
Beret. That guy, Alex Pollock, he bought this car in Hollywood. It was actually this car, Horse Car 43, appeared in the movie Hello, Dolly with
Really?
Barbara Streisand.
What?
And in the Disney movie Newsies, that actual car. And so that's been restored and came all the way from the Southern California, an auction, and now part of Lost Railway Museum.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's great, great gem in Grass Lake. Chamber off the clock tonight. Tigers fans, listen up. Flagstar Bank is raffling off 4 tickets to Miggy's last game.
Oh, wow.
So you got to show up. The business after hours tonight is 5 to 7 at Everlast Lighting, but Flagstar is giving away 4 tickets
Awesome.
to Miggy's last game.
That's great. Oh, Olive Garden, the Never Ending Pasta Bowl is coming back
Good.
Monday.
Do you know I one time met, we met someone was living in Chicago, and we were in Jackson. and we decided we would meet about halfway for dinner.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was years ago.
Oh.
We met.
Was I there?
No, we met at the Michigan City Olive Garden.
No kidding.
So we drove on a Sunday, 2 hours and 15 minutes to go to the Michigan City Olive Garden. And that's the last time I've ever been to an Olive Garden.
I haven't been to the Olive Garden in a long time. But
My daughter's never been to an Olive Garden.
Really?
Yeah, no, never.
It's
I don't think she's been to Applebee's.
Well, Olive Garden, I would recommend. It's a fine place. And never-ending pasta, never-ending salad, never-ending breadsticks. You could eat
Never
until
ending.
Eat until you
Stomach ache.
explode for about $5.
Yeah, it's gross. We used to, Brandon, when we were late teens, that was a popular place to go with a date, and you'd get the Alfredo sauce and the breadsticks. It's very nice. Very nice. $5.
I remember when it opened. It was very exciting.
Oh, you loved it because you love Italian food.
Yeah.
NFL tonight, Minnesota at Philadelphia. And it's been exciting in Pennsylvania the last couple of days, hasn't it?
Oh my gosh, the manhunt, it's riveted the country. This one guy escaped, and this is controversial now. It took 500 police to capture Danilo Cavalcante, but after they arrested him, they took a group selfie with law enforcement.
With him?
He's there in handcuffs.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've
Did he smile or?
This is so ridiculous.
He's in the Philadelphia Eagles sweatshirt, hoodie. They're kind of on the left.
like, great you got him, boys, but it took a week.
So he
2 weeks,
said,
excuse me.
He actually he's talking now. You know, he's telling the police what's been going on.
But yeah, they probably want to
he's-
know where he's been.
He survived on a watermelon and creek water. So that's brilliant. You know, you just raid a garden. It's watermelon season.
He's doing the national anthem at the Eagles game tonight.
Yeah. If he hadn't been caught,
That-
today he said he was going to hijack a car and go to Canada.
Today
That
was going
today
to?
he was going to, yeah.
How would you like to be one of the officers that just slid in that photo at the end? That's what I would do if I, maybe it was new on the job or I was in administration.
The police dog in the picture, he's the one who actually
No,
caught
that's
him.
cool. I
Caught
do
him.
like the photo, and all law enforcement should be proud of getting that killer back behind bars.
I agree with those. I think it's great. All the police, they should take a picture
I
of
would.
us.
They should take a picture with every criminal they
They
arrest.
should.
They
and,
should.
and the guy said, the police, you guys walked over me several times over the last 2 weeks. I was hiding under leaves, and you walked over me.
It's not that easy to find someone in the
No,
woods.
it's hard to find people.
I went to David's Promise yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, have you been there?
no. Well,
It was the first
kind
time
of.
I'd been there. My
Oh.
sister-in-law and father-in-law, they go, but
Mm-hmm.
me and the Bailey boys got to stop by and take a donation. They have the most unbelievable coffee and like juice and hot chocolate bar there.
Oh, I've been to that.
Okay, it's called
Yeah.
The Table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. So, very gracious, and they treated us to
Oh.
coffee. So, and
There's-
there's my sister-in-law Betsy.
Betsy and Robert.
Yeah, so they go to David's Promise every week, and Gary Swartzlander and Phil and Elda volunteers. It's cool to see. So we had a nice afternoon yesterday.
Yeah, it's great. This David's Promise and everything associated with that church campus is
Oh
amazing.
my gosh, yeah, they have a food bank. They're doing really good work. So we're very happy to be able to stop by and support them for a little bit.
Yeah, so another positive result from the Bailey Excavating
Yeah.
50th anniversary
Yeah,
party.
there's a lot of them coming up. So yeah, it's good stuff.
A lot of charities benefiting from that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you this. In New York City, they're getting new litter baskets.
Oh, nice.
Big deal. They're replacing this litter basket. And the problem with this litter basket, guess what? Rats. Rats can get in this. So now they have a new rat-proof litter basket, and there it is. And you can't tip it over because it's cemented into the ground. They've got concrete bases.
That'll be tough for the couriers on their bicycles.
Yeah, you run into one, you know it. So,
I gotta
this
get
is-
to New York City.
they put these here because this is a popular selfie spot.
Is that
Brooklyn
the
Bridge.
Brooklyn Bridge?
Yeah, Dumbo's in Brooklyn, popular spot. for
Never been. I've never been. Never been. Let's get to our scoreboard, brought to you by Extreme Dodge. Thank you to Extreme for helping us bring you this scoreboard every single day. Check out our website as well. There's tons of photos and more scores. Here is our scoreboard for last night. Boys soccer, Grass Lake 4, Columbia Central 1, Manchester 6, Michigan Center 1. In boys tennis, Western beat Harper Creek 8-0. And in Ann Arbor Pioneer, or excuse me, let's go over to some girls golf. Concord at Hudson. Concord finished second. Jackson High finished second in their match. Western finished second in their match. It was I-8 at Hastings. College sports, Spring Arbor and Medina, zip. Jackson College beat Cleary University 3-0. Women's volleyball, Spring Arbor 3, Taylor 1. And those are your scores. Here's what's coming up on deck for today. Arbor Prep at Jackson Volleyball, Lumen Christi at St. Mary's Prep, the Catholic League road trip to St. Mary's Prep. You know, Noah, I think, was a student at St. Mary's Prep for a couple weeks, and then they kicked him out.
Really?
I think he was.
Huh.
Yes, he was a student at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, which we are all confused by.
Is that when he worked at Tim Hortons?
No, he worked at the Tim Hortons in Canada.
Oh, well, that's the one you want to work at.
I don't know. And that's all coming up on deck today, thanks to Extreme Dodge.
Oh, I've got one more score.
Okay.
Blue Cross, 15 million. Everyday Michiganders, 0.
One more on deck today, 7th grade volleyball, 5 p.m., Lumen Christi at Northwest. Be there or be square.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show lined up. We're going to get things started with Stephanie Baker from the Jackson County Health Department right after this.